Evelyn, Psychic Evelyn from Scotland, here joining us. And hello, Evelyn, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm so glad that you joined us last minute. This was last minute, but you know what? Great things can happen last minute. Living in the moment. I have gratitude for this moment. And so what's it like there in Scotland? Here in New York, the weather, you can kind of see it's a little bit damp outside. It's a day of rain. What's going on there in Scotland today?
It's dry, but it's dull outside. No sunshine.
No sunshine today?
No sunshine. It's dull here as well, so it is.
And you know, you shared with us that you live in a community. It's like a little town. What's your town? How many people in your town?
Well, it's a village, so
It's
I
a
don't
village.
actually know. I don't know how many people are in it now because it was when I was small, it was a small village, but everywhere else, they're building houses, so there's a lot more people here now than what there ever was.
Is it like you go out your door and there's a countryside with a beautiful little road and people are running around and on horses through the
No,
countryside?
no. You get out my front door and there's just other houses, so there is, but not too far away. There is countryside and there's a river, so just probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes walk.
Oh
So
yeah,
it is.
that's nice. So
Mhm.
today, you know, we've had you on here before, and you shared with us some of your experiences being a psychic and how you receive impressions, premonitions. Can you share with us any kind of premonitions that you've had or what's going on right now for you there in Scotland?
I just feel there has been a lot of change here in Scotland because our First Minister, basically, she's gone now and there's somebody else taking over. There's a lot of changes I feel still to come for everybody, not just here, but for the world. I feel and see that there's more leaders going to be going by the wayside, as in they're either going to get put out the job due to circumstances. I don't feel so much they're going to walk away. I just feel the circumstances around a couple of the leaders, I'm going to say 2 to 3 of the leaders, where they're going to be made to stand down. So that is what I'm predicting just now. There's lots of changes for the world coming up, and I feel we're going to be seeing things differently to how we've been seeing things in the past. And I can't explain that because I don't know why I've got this feeling. I just feel there's something different to the way we've been living going to happen again. And I know I don't mean coronavirus, it's done and dusted. That I don't get that at all coming back. Um, I just feel it's some decisions that are made shouldn't be made. I'm going to give you it like that. That's what I'm picking up. There's going to be decisions made by those in charge that shouldn't be made. That's going to cause a bit of upheaval for us all.
Are you referring to leaders across the globe or just where you are right now?
No, across the world, I see a lot of things coming forward for that. Um, I also feel, and it's already happening, people are standing up and saying more about what they're not agreeing with. I know, obviously, France, there's a lot happening in France, which that's one of the leaders I feel is going to have to step aside because the country's in turmoil and, the people don't want what's happening there now. It's like, well, it's their country basically, and they don't want all the hassle that's going on. This is a leader that's not listening to other people, and that includes the residents that live there. And that's why I feel there's a lot more still to come there, and he's going to be made to step aside. So watch for that coming forward. So hopefully it's sooner rather than later because they're going to ruin that poor country. It's beautiful, so it is, and he needs to just listen to his people and go. So there you go. That's my prediction for that.
We're not done. I have more questions related to this. Oh, I know from what I understand, the leader in France had changed the, I guess, retirement age from 62 to 64, and in France, and there've been protesting, and I have not seen it on much of, I don't watch the news, so, but I've seen videos that have been on Instagram and on the social media apps. So I know what you're talking about. Can you give us any more direction or understanding when you say you feel and see? Are you seeing a picture? Are you and of something in your mind to come? Or what, can you kind of go more in depth what you're seeing?
Well, when I get information, it's like in my third eye, it's like a picture that I'm shown, or I just get told this information, obviously from spirit who give this information to me. A lot of times, and I've spoke about this before, I do get information when I'm in my dream state, because that's when you're more at ease and able to get this information. I feel as well the cost of living crisis that's affecting the whole world at the moment. There's more droughts to come. I feel that for this year as well. And already I know there's, because I do watch the news, not often, but I do watch it now and again. And I know there's a lot more of that still to come. The weather has changed a lot, for the whole world basically, and we're seeing things that we're not used to seeing either. But I just feel, when it comes to, and I love talking politics, but I feel it's like I'm giving this information because people are wanting reassurance as what's happening, especially in France. It's just been a great big upset that didn't need to happen. But as I say, the world's changed now. Everybody's looking at things differently, and I'd say it's all about speaking up. I'm sorry, but today I'm very talkative, and
I
that's
want,
what I'm
no, that's
doing.
what you're here for. I just ask you, and you just relay information that you sense to be important, and I'm sharing right in this moment. I think it's meant to be that I had this conversation with you because I'm living in a bubble, and when we are only receiving information via, let's say, the internet, the computer, the television, the radio, we don't know, because we're not across the globe. We don't know what's really going on. And you can have some foresight more so than we can, because you have, different news channels, different, information gets to you. So I'm very grateful that you're here today sharing this. So I do want you to talk as much as you can about this and what you sense, because I trust that you are accurate. I remember about 3 years ago, we had a conversation, or it was in the middle of the pandemic, and you had said that, I said, when do you sense this to be over? And you said 2024. And that's what you had said, 2024.
Yeah, I just felt, and I still feel that there's the reason I think I said that, and I can't honestly remember back, because I say things and then I'll forget after we have the conversation.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not meant to keep it. It's basically that things are coming out now. It's still to do with the coronavirus, but it's more to do with the vaccine. So by 2024, because obviously we know that there wasn't a lot of time for them to bring, get this vaccine out to give to people. And I
Yeah, I
feel,
don't know if we want to talk about that, just because I don't know if we're allowed. So
I
let's,
just feel the information there is just about more information to come. That's what I want to say to you.
okay, well, thank you. But let's get back onto this subject that we were speaking of earlier, and you said about France. And so can you delve more into anything else that you're seeing or sensing related to leaders across the globe? You spoke about the weather. Anything else there that you can shed some light on for us?
I just feel, as I say, there's lots of changes coming in. People are trying to make world leaders more aware of what they want in the world, and some are listening, but some aren't. And I just feel that's where the changes are coming in. The ones that are listening are open to making better things come forward. So I do feel I'm happier with the information that I'm getting given, because it is about things calming down and settling down. It's obviously not going to be all over the world. It won't all be love and light all over the world, because that just wouldn't be normal. It's more that where a lot of countries have been maybe not having the better time, if I can put it like that, I just feel they're going to start getting more assistance, more help to be able to live a better life, because that
Mhm.
is what I'm getting. And again, the information's given to me from spirit, and I feel it's like information that's to be passed on, because, as I say again, people are wondering and waiting to see what's happening, but I just feel it's good to put a bit of positivity into it, and that's why I want to give that.
Have you been spoken told in your community about any kind of future changes that are going on, or is it just business as usual where you are?
No, there's not really much happening here, not much changing apart from, as I say, we've got a new First Minister, that's the only thing, but there's nothing much
Mhm.
that we're made aware of at the moment over here, so who knows?
Okay. So if we were to learn about being clairvoyant like you are and receive information, is there something you can recommend? You know, if you were to be asked, how can I be like you, Psychic Evelyn? What can I
Right.
do to be more like your abilities, have your abilities in my life? What kind of recommendations would you give?
Well, first of all, I truly believe that everybody is psychic, but obviously not everybody either wants to open to their powers or just doesn't know how to get things started. I'm somebody who, I probably say this all the time, I feel a lot of things, like, like my feelings. I don't just get information given, but I really get strong feelings around people and around things that's going to happen. And it's all about, I know that, you know, to do with the tarot and stuff, I see people saying they run tarot schools and things like that, but I didn't have a school. I didn't go to any
Okay. Oh,
school.
school, is that what you're saying? School?
Yeah. It's like, spiritual churches or online
Oh,
courses and things like that. That's not how I got into this. It
right.
was
More
actually,
natural. You have more of a natural ability.
yeah. But also with the cards, I read them differently to some other people. Even yourself probably reads things differently to me. I go by how I feel about the cards that I'm looking at, and basically the colours on the cards, they hold meaning for me. And it's like I will give people, when I'm doing a reading, I'll give people what I am feeling. I'll
Hmm.
still read what's on the bottom of the card, but I prefer to give what I'm feeling before I even look at what the card's saying, because sometimes what I feel is different to what the card's saying, but I go with the pictures on it because that is how I work. And it's like people just, it's like self-taught. Well, that's how I have been, and I've had friends who are mediums who obviously have helped me on with that journey as well. So it's just basically trust how you feel about things. Intuition's a wonderful thing,
Hmm.
and it's learning, to trust it. It might take some time. It did for me. I used to ignore it for a while, but it comes back. If you're meant to do something, it comes back and you get put in a place like here today, where you're meant to be. So I just believe for people just to trust, get a pack of cards if they want, look at them and trust their feelings. It's what they get around them.
Hmm. I I I I just received myself that this is a moment for all of us to, and I think that's what this moment is here for me at least, is a moment to connect with everyone that you love. It's a moment to realize how lucky we are and how much gratitude we should have for our friends, for our loved ones, for being alive. And so I just want to kind of dedicate this to that right now. I realize I want to acknowledge how I am grateful for you and knowing you, and you have a huge pure heart, and you're just lovely. And um, you spreading light, Evelyn. And about the angel cards, would you like to do a reading? I have someone that asked about a reading. Would you do a reading? And if you now, before we get on the angel cards, I have a quick question. Do you sense spirits? I'm trying to remember. Do you sense spirits around someone, or is that you do?
I what I call validations. I get given validations. Not always. It just depends when they decide to give me them up above, and basically it's like they might give me a name, they might give me a month, or give me some information that holds meaning to the person that I'm reading for. It's just basically they'll give me things obviously that we don't know. If you're reading for somebody if you don't know them, which I love to do, because I feel when I'm reading for maybe my friends or that, because you already know them, you still think that maybe you're giving them information that you want to give as a friend rather than the reading. But it's been proven that that's not true. It's just obviously what I think. So I love reading for people that I don't know anything about. I don't ask questions within a reading because, again, that's the way I work, and I don't like asking anything. I like to give what I am being given and what I am feeling, and hoping that it resonates with the person that I'm reading for, which thankfully it usually has. So that's just the way that I work.
Would you give me a reading, or not? I mean, just a second reading. Not do you sense any spirits around me right now?
Okay, I've got a gentleman, and I don't know if I gave you anything the last time, but I'm going with what I'm getting now. This is a gentleman, and this is somebody who is really, I mean, I love animals, and anybody that knows me will know that, but I just feel as if, and I know you have got a dog, but I know this gentleman was somebody who really loved animals, and there was always, a dog or a cat or all of them around him, and it's as if he's just saying to you, it's just encouraging you to have more time to do what you want to do. I know you've got a busy life at the moment, so I don't want to give you information there, but it's as if it's like we speak about quiet time, you time, and that's what he's just passing on to give to you. He's also given me the month of December. Usually when I get given months, it could be a birthday, anniversary of passing, or it can hold meaning for you in another way. But he's really, he's making me want to smile. You can see that, I know I do smile a lot, but he's making me want to smile. And he's just saying, it's what you've just said, basically. It's like, making a better life for yourself with the people that you love, basically. But he's talking as well, and I know, you like myself, we love to be by the beach, but he's just encouraging you to do more of this, and he's telling me that you do go there when you need to do some thinking, and I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. He's talking about that, and he's just encouraging you to do more of this. It's as if I want to go like that and give you a cuddle. Sorry, I know I can't through the phone, but this is what he's asking me to do to make you aware. He's close to you a lot, and he's telling me this. He's saying he's around you a lot, and I feel that you have already noticed this, especially when you just feel you need a wee bit of encouragement. And he's just saying to you, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a brilliant job. His words, not mine. And he's just saying, I know you've said, I'm a light to people, but you help so many people, not just doing this, but around you as well. He's made me feel quite emotional, this man. Oh, stand back. Sorry. But as he's happy with the way your life's going, and that's what he's wanting you to know. He's really happy. And he said, it's been a positive change for you, and just keep doing the good things that you're doing, okay? But he's just talking about the beach, keeps him back to the beach. So I'm passing it on to you again. Keep going there, because that is your happy place. And
that is. Thank you. Thanks.
There
That
we
was
go.
really. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect you to tell me all that, but I know who this is, so I'm appreciative. Thank you. Okay, so all right. So if I could give you a name of someone, and then you pass you pass some information.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
his name is Craig Adams from the UK.
Okay.
Cornwall, UK.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if you can see the card, can you?
Yes. So it
Brilliant.
is the 5 of Fire.
Okay. Right. I love the cards that bring the fire. It's because it's all about not just your energy, but it's your passion for things in life. There's no half measures. And I'm speaking directly to the person who you gave this to me. He is somebody, you are somebody, I should be saying, because I'm speaking directly to him. Somebody who basically, if he gets something into, his mind that he wants to do, he'll do it. No matter what anybody says to him, because we're talking about intuition earlier, he knows that it's right to do it. But I just feel as if there's lots of busyness around him, as in he's busy at the moment. He's looking at different avenues, is what I'm being given, and it's focusing on the new things in life again. Seems to be new beginnings today. And basically, I'm looking at the colours. There's a lot of green in this card, so I'm not sure if you can see it. Green to me speaks of healing energy. So this person, I feel, is somebody who is a healer, be it professional, be it not. I mean, it can easily be simply that he's a listening ear for other people, but I'm getting drawn to in a professional can speak capacity with this person. There's different types. There's dark green, there's light green. Light green just shows things are where he's had difficult times previously around situations. Things are now improving because that's what it's shown. Lots of red in the card as well, because red is about, we speak about love and about passion as well. It's like time for, is it Craig, I don't know, basically that is time for him to do what he's been holding back from doing, if I can give you it like that, because I just feel there's something been stopping him moving forward, and I'm going to career with this. I just feel as if lots of excitement coming forward with it. This is the number 5 on the card, and 5 could represent the month of May. Again, could be a birthday, anniversary of passing, or hold meaning in another way. I feel change for him in May as well with this card. It's as if, where he's had the break on, he's taken it off, and May's going to bring new people around what he decides to do next. Okay, I just get a lot of lightness, if I can give it like that. I tried to think how I can put it, but it's like lightness. It's as if something's been taken off his shoulders where they've been weighed down, but they're now been taken off, and it's like the reins on a horse is ready to just roll with it. I feel there's been a lot of planning going on as well, lots of plans being made. Okay, I'm getting given TV with this, television. So there must be something that he is either doing at present or going to be doing that involves the television, because if he's not aware of it, to hold on to that. But I just feel lots of what he decides to do next, there's going to be people around that can help him move forward. And as I say, television's given, so I have to pass that on. So it could be somebody that could be seen on the TV soon. So go for it. It's just a case of your time to do what's right for you, and basically don't let anybody or anything stop you now. It's just time to go. Green for, there you go, green for go, as we say here on the traffic lights. Green is for go, and there's lots in that card. So just, it's again encouragement but reassurance for him as well, that what he's feeling right now is right for him. So yeah, go for it.
Good. That's very positive. We'll have to hear what he has to say as a reaction. Thank you. You're very gifted at doing this. And I know when you've given me my own personal card readings in the past, it's pages and pages of information, and you just receive this information, you just receive these impressions and these feelings and these kind of directions for us. And I thank you. And you're very gifted. You're very gifted. I know that you have I think it's on Facebook or Instagram, you have following, and it's related to mermaids and water. Is it also related to dolphins?
Yes, love dolphins.
Okay, can
Absolutely
you
love
tell us a little bit about that? Because one of my friends, Estrella, spoke to me about dolphins and how dolphins are telepathic and they can communicate. And can you tell us a little bit about, mermaids and dolphins and the sea?
them. Well, water, as you'll know, represents emotions, and a lot of people are drawn to the sea, myself included, because it's basically, again, we're happy place where we go to just be ourselves. Life is like the waves. Again, we communicate like that. It's up and down. It can be rough, and then it can calm down, and things getting easier with that. Dolphins are healers of the sea, and you might be aware of this already. They actually are wonderful creatures. You see, they help, a lot of people who might have physical problems that, because they love people, they're fun as well. They are fun to be around. Prefer them in the wild rather than maybe at, some of the other areas that you'll find dolphins. I just feel as if, they're where they're meant to be, but it's their happy place. But as I say, they're wonderful, wonderful, compassionate, caring. Well, they're animals, but they're of the,
Creatures.
yeah, creatures. That's the word. I couldn't find the word. And people don't really understand, the gifts that they actually have, and I feel it's important to, to show that. I'm somebody, no matter where I go in the world, I will either see a dolphin, as in the sea, or I will see, there's always monuments and things like that. They're always there, and I find they're like, as I say, they're healers of the sea. And again, it's like, you see them when you're meant to help uplift yourself. Basically, that's what I believe. Mermaids, well, let's talk about mermaids. Not everybody believes in them, and I used to say, they don't exist, but yeah, they do. You know, it's always going back. It's going back in time, go back in history. Mermaids, they don't always get the best of what they used to do. Let's put it that way. They don't always get a good name for themselves, but I'm a great believer they're magical creatures. So they are. Again, they actually are helpers, if I can give you it like that. I mean, there's been, like cruise ships and stuff like that where they've needed assistance and thought, oh, it's never going to happen. We're in the middle of the ocean or the sea, as we say, and things turn around for them. I'm a great believer that, again, like the dolphins, they turn up when they're meant to. And that sounds maybe a bit daft, but magical. I'm always talking about magical times, magical things, because life is magical. No matter what's going on, there's always that magic there in the air. I great believe that. I just don't know. I could talk about it forever, and it probably sounds daft to some people, but it is, as I say, there's so many different things that basically people don't always realize or don't always understand. And I just feel as if I just want to say to people, know that no matter what's going on in your life at this moment in time, be it good or be it maybe not the way you want it, things can turn around, and it can happen when you least expect it to. So trust the timing of things coming in for you as well. So no, I love it.
I believe in that. I do believe that there's many creatures that we don't realize exist. And we've been told that that's science fiction or that's made up, but there are these myths and legends that have really hung on, and folklore, that you have to know that there are such things as fairies, and there's mermaids, and these dolphins, I think, are going to aid us in the future, because we really don't know, or maybe we do know and we haven't been shared, that there's a lot of information and a lot going on in the waters, and it's very mysterious. And Atlantis, what happened at Atlantis? And these mermaids, like you said, mermaids were known to, there was mermaids known to guide ships or take ships, save ships, or protect sailors. And I believe, I mean, I think you just crack open something and then it comes forward and you find more and more about it. So I appreciate you in like bringing light to this and giving us kind of this very magical idea about it. I like it. Thank you. So how can we reach you, and what are some of the services that you give? You share with us some card readings and you read from angel cards, and you also give one-on-ones where you give a reading about, like you just gave me a little mini reading about this man that's around me, which I believe to be is my father. And when you said December, his birthday is in December. And my father was someone who supported my dreams. And so he knew how, like, I loved the beach. I've always loved the beach. I've always loved water. And he knew that. So you were on mark with everything you said.
Thank
And, you know, I knew him a different way than a lot of others knew him. You know, people took him to be he was very serious and very stoic, except he joked around a lot. And he was silly. And I knew him that way when I was a kid. And then before he passed almost 19 years ago, it'll be 19 years this summer, I saw a side of him. He had had his own addiction. In the last 2 years of his life, I got to know him again. But I always had this relationship with him that no one else in my family had, and I adored my father. So I appreciate you sharing that insight with me, and thank you. So how can we learn more about Evelyn? Tell us about that and tell us some of your services.
Okay, well, I've got 2 different pages on Facebook, Psychic Evelyn and Psychic Mermaid of Sea. To get on my website, it is www.psychicevelyn.co.uk. I'm on Instagram as well. It's just Psychic Evelyn 1 on Instagram. And basically, you can private message me, or, you know, if anybody's looking for a reading, they can do that. They can private message me on my page, and obviously I'll get back to them. But you know, it's been great catching up again today. I've enjoyed this, even though it was last minute. It doesn't matter. It's you. You're like me. If something's meant to be, then it'll happen. And that's what I just want to say to people. Don't focus on the here and now and what's still to come forward. It's like, just things happen. Sometimes we don't expect it to. And I mean that in a nice way. I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just sometimes when you're looking for upliftment and stuff in life, this is when people come forward and you might not expect to hear from them. Like I didn't expect to hear from you today, so this is cheering me up as well, so thank you. But just trust the timing of things. Things happen, as I say, I believe, when they're meant to, and just focus on what you're doing and what you want to do as well. Just make your life an adventure, because that's what we're here for, not to just sit around and worry about things. Let the worries go and just go out and enjoy yourself. Freedom. Get out there and just live freely. Do what you like.
You carry a high vibration, Evelyn, and we are on the same timeline because things do happen unexpectedly. And you know, it's funny because some of the best experiences are last minute and you just don't plan it, because sometimes when we plan things, it just doesn't work. So
Nope.
just kind of go in the moment. I mean, it's good to have a loose plan, and this was a beautiful experience for me, and you brought a lot of joy into my heart today that I needed. And it's a wake-up call to kind of get out of like the norm and what you've been doing and kind of shake it up a little bit. So thanks for joining us today. And anyone who would like to find Evelyn, Psychic Evelyn, can find her on her social media, and I will post it in the description. And she does give wonderful responses when she gets your energy. When she does it, it's a lot of information, so be prepared. When she does a card reading, it's going to be a whole bunch of information, and it's wonderful because you start to kind of it starts to get within your system, and you realize how much is within you and how much opportunity lies. And I appreciate you promoting abundance and love and light. And thank you so much for coming today here on Living in the Light, Evelyn. And I will see you again soon, and we'll speak soon.
Definitely. Oh, thank you.